Hello again, YouTube. Welcome back to the Inky Black Dot, the one place where I tell everybody to stay for the cookies, but don't drink the Kool-Aid. In today's episode, as always, we're going to be looking at a classic from 1993. Goes by the name of Quest for Glory 4. What do you get when you take one of those old Sierra point and click adventure games and throw it into something like Baldur's Gate 3 with mixed results? Something of 20 years ago, maybe. You end up with. Still, I think it will be interesting to kind of go into the game for a bit and explore a little bit of what this world is and what it has to offer. One thing to bear in mind is that this is a later game in the series. That being said, you're going to have problems. There's no context. You have 1 through 3 and all these things happening, yet you're jumping into an entirely new chapter. So you have no context of what came before. But the nice thing about these games is it paints a very clear picture of the setting and puts emphasis in the moment rather than going back. Now, one thing I will say is that there is scary elements in this game. It's not meant to be taken too seriously. That being said, it is a good fun game, and I wanted to share it with everyone here on the channel before we went into more interesting things, and things that I haven't explored before. For instance, I've been looking at Cult of the Lamb for a possible playthrough. I have ideas for some essay videos coming up. I do want to share some of those details with you, one of them being Cyberpunk. However, I do have some limitations with my machine, so I will have to check and see if a RAM upgrade isn't necessary first. However, I've prattled on long enough. We're going to go ahead and dive into this thing and see what all the fuss is about. Oh goodness, the good old Sierra logo. It's been a long time since I've seen this screen. We're flying. Ooh, wow, look, Wendy, I can fly. This is peak cinema for the day. How quaint. Alright, so, coming into this game, I wanted to take a new approach. Coming into this game, I figured we could go ahead and create a new character. Now, I already had my mind kind of made up when we started where I wanted to go with this. You have your choice between the fighter or the magic. Of course, your sneaky thief characters. One of the interesting things you could do with this game was take a character import from an earlier game and mix up the classes and end up with some wild numbers and being able to do some really crazy things to break the game. People took advantage of it quite often. But rather than sit here and give you a lecture on all the stats and what they do, I'm sure you've seen these numbers before in other forms and places and games, but do bear in mind, the things that are 0, you cannot do, period, unless you put points in. The available points they give you, you have to either put all of it into learning one new thing and risk not bolstering anything else just for the sake of learning a new thing. This will be the only time during the character creation process that you can do this. However, people have used character exploiters to take these numbers and dial them up to 11 to some hilarious results. We're not here to do that today. I'm simply going to be doing a playthrough as best as my memory will allow. Limitations of the meat suit. But anyway, let's go ahead and get a name set up for our character. This one shouldn't be a very hard roll. Let's see. Calganoff. Okay. Yep. That's me. Let's go ahead and start. Oh dear. Who's your interior decorator?
You awaken from nightmares of flying and falling.
Oh my.
You find yourself in this strange place.
Flying and
The
falling.
only illumination, an eerie green glow.
Ooh.
You've lost your weapons and the contents of your backpack
That's
somewhere
rough,
during
buddy.
the journey. All you have are the clothes and armor on your back. This leaves you with 4 burning questions. Where are you? How did you get here? Who brought you here? And how in blazes can you get out of here? No, make that 5 burning questions. What city did your luggage end up in this time?
Oh my, he's worried about his luggage. Okay, well, I'm not worried about my luggage. I'm actually more worried about the wild bender that allowed me to end up in some weird cavernous... I digress. Oh, what's this? What do we have on us? Oh, we're looking awfully heroic today. Oh, we're carrying 2,101 quarks, and you can carry a load... You can carry this without strain as a load of 8,400 quarks. Huge. Alright.
The desiccated corpse is half buried in the rock of the cave
We're
floor.
going to go ahead and take a look around here. I want to have a little peek-see at some of these bodies
You
lying
search the
around.
desiccated
And that
body.
altar up in the corner
The only
looks
still
awfully
usable item is a
suspicious.
dagger which you pick up. However, lying around the bones are some coins. 5 golden coins. Each have a crown stamped onto them. And 13 small copper coins, each stamped 1 kopek.
Nice.
The deteriorated corpse has grown part-way into the cave wall.
Oh my. It's actually part of the interior.
You are in a large cave, dimly lit by glowing lichen on the walls. Strange, irregular outcroppings of stone grow from the ground, looking like the skeleton of some enormous beast. Here and there, petrified human bodies seem to grow half in, half out of the floor and walls.
When you love a place so much, you just simply have to become part of the show. Half in, half out. Oh my, this one's stuck in too. That seems to be the
Brief
kind
search
of
reveals a piece
motif
of
going
hard
on
grey
here.
rock which you take.
I'm sure
some
if we were
coins,
living closer to the
3
west
crowns
coast,
and
we
13
might have more
kopecks.
in and outs. Hey, grey rock. Let's get stoned, baby.
Hey, careful!
Alright.
You could cut yourself with that sharp piece of flint.
Oh, it's flint. My bad. That changes things. I was just going to pitch it. But I do suppose we probably want to use that. Oh, vaguely remember something about using flint and steel together from the survival course manual. Dagger strike rock. Rock makes spark. Nice. Maybe we can go get some ice cream after this.
Find 30 assorted
Alright,
copper
let's
and
check
gold
the
coins.
bowl. Maybe there's some ice cream in there. Oh, this is equally nice. Might have something to use that flint with.
You take the torch.
Indeed.
It looks pretty much as you'd expect. The torch is firmly embedded in its holder.
You don't say. Then how come I just grabbed one?
This is some kind of altar to the
You
Dark
don't
One.
say.
The top is covered with sand.
Oh my.
Torch holders flank the altar to provide light for nameless rites and unspeakable rituals.
Sounds decadent. Still, not having any fridge with snacks is kind of a problem. I do suppose we'll have to go get some and fill it. But to do that, we'll have to be able to see our way out of here, so I'm kind of... Oh, there we are. There it goes. Now it's going to do it. Good, good. Alright, let's do a sneaky sneak. See if we can build up our sneaky sneak for our sneaky wizard. As you can see, numbers are changing here. They're influenced in red, whether they go up or down. All that matters is the red is that it is a number that has changed since the last time it was viewed. The numbers they want you to keep track of, basically. Anyway, let's get out of here. Make our way across the stone bridge. Now that we have our torch, maybe we won't fall down into the chasm below. I'd hate to think of what would happen down there. Anyway.
You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through.
Oh my. Making me think of Wayne's World.
You've made it into a large chamber. Stone valves, like the one you just passed through, apparently block 3 other passageways. There is a huge stone altar in the center of the room, and an exit to the south.
Okay. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. Oh, that doesn't even look like it's part of the... Right. I remember now. There was a part in this game where, depending on your starting job, you had a different item here. This all plays a part later. I remember now. Alright. Let's go ahead and...
You pick up the canvas sheet and take 3 crowns and 17 kopecks from the pouch. He won't be needing them anytime soon.
What about that big thing in the middle of the room?
The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. You feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it.
I sense a
flock
good
of winged
joke right
creatures
there.
emerges from the cave entrance, and they don't look friendly.
I know a lot of things that don't look friendly. Oh! Wait a second. Wait. This is one of the things I hate about old games. They have these... The animations play too fast because it's meant to be running on older hardware. This can be very frustrating. Spells don't work. You just have to smack them down with the dagger.
In a bitter battle, you were better than the badders. You kick some butt, too.
Cheeky. Very cheeky narrator.
The dead bodies of the badders
That's
are
cute.
flea-bitten and very smelly.
Surprising you could smell anything with all this dank air about. Oh, that's right. You can't smell anything in a 2D world. Or perhaps we don't know because we're not 2D. Anyway. Moving on. Oh, the fun part. There's always a rope bridge, isn't there? In every adventure game there ever is always a rope bridge. So, the whole idea with this is that you're supposed to use your magic to get across. But unfortunately, we're not exactly equipped with the right spells to just jump over. Can't necessarily do that. Levitation only goes up and down. Doesn't take us across. So the idea is to take that cloth from the other room and use it as a sail. So, with just a little bit of finagling, poking around the spell book, let's take a look at the sheet.
You can see the entrance to a large cave at the bottom of the pit. You catch an occasional glimpse of a horrid, multi-tentacled monster just inside the cave. Whoa! The ground is really slippery around here. There seems to be a layer of slime all over it.
You're very loud all of a sudden, narrator. All right, blankets up.
As you hold up the sheet like a sail, you can feel the wind pushing it and you towards the pit. Unfortunately, you're a little too heavy. You don't think the wind is powerful
I
enough
beg
to push
your
you across
pardon.
safely.
I fast regularly and I eat sensibly. Besides, little magic helps just fine.
You just barely made it across the pit.
Barely. Oof.
A deep pit fills most of this hallway. A rope bridge spans the narrowest stretch of the chasm.
Funny how it doesn't recognize the big writhing tentacles coming out of the hole.
A deep pit.
Oh well. Say
A
goodbye.
strong wind in this cave is blowing the plants towards a passage on the left side of the chasm. Such cave drafts commonly indicate an exit of some sort.
Well then let's go ahead and GTFO. Let's go. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
You slip through the mouth of the cave, just in time to avoid being crushed by its closing jaws.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh. I guess we're not gonna sneaky. It's all cutscene.
You are alive! Only
More or
one
less.
person has ever walked away from there before.
Oh, I didn't walk. I sneaky. Well, let's have a look around. Apparently, her name's Katrina. She'll be important later, I believe. Very, but having a look at this arch,
This
looks
symbol
really cool.
Looks like a mouth with pursed lips.
Now, one thing I remember is that you're
This
supposed to go
symbol
around and
is a
collect
stylized
all of the different
representation of a crossed
symbols.
pair of bones. This is the symbol of blood in the form of a huge carved droplet. The cloud symbol is a traditional representation of breath,
Take
and of
my
course,
breath
the
away.
dark cloud symbol is a representation of bad breath.
Well, what about
This
this
symbol
one?
is really abstract. You
Essence.
may have seen it once before, described in an ancient book as the sign of essence. Or
Funny
one's
that's the
inner
one
nature.
sticking out. Aha, aha, aha. -2.
This symbol looks like a six-armed starfish, or perhaps like the tentacles of an octopus. You sense a feeling of strange, chaotic power from it.
Ooh.
The six-pointed symbol seems to pulse with energy and comes loose in your hand when you touch it. You have the feeling that you may need this sign, so you carefully store it in your pack. The cave mouth looks like the jaws of some horrid creature, waiting to chew up and swallow anyone who should be so foolish as to try to enter the cave.
Well, good thing we didn't enter. We exited. But no, seriously, that's foreshadowing if I ever saw it. Onward! Through the slippery goo! I think this is the part where we're supposed to go sliding.
The path is dripping with slimy goo. You're having a hard time maintaining your footing on it.
Yep. Oh, whoop, yep. And then you can't get back up. You have to figure out a way to get back up later. Which you do that by knocking over the pillar and all this, but we're not worried about that right now. That bonsai bush, though. Now that's worth worrying about.
This tall standing stone has been carved, so that the top looks like a squid is perched upon it.
This bonsai bush will be important. So let's go ahead and try to see if we can get to it. With those rocks in the way, we'll have to clear them first. Start with a force bolt, something with some power to it, a little bit of kick. Flames will ignite, but it won't force anything, it won't push anything. Whereas this is just like a telekinetic punch, basically.
That loosened up the rock pile somewhat. You didn't hit it with enough force to completely clear the pile.
Oh dear, that means we just have to work on our magic skills.
You blast the rock pile with a force bolt.
You can go out and cast magic on ad nauseum. I can probably do that sometime off screen, and maybe during another playthrough we can play around with it.
Your magical lasso encircles the bonsai bush and gently draws it out of the grimy goo.
Hit me up down in the comments if you'd like me to do that during the next playthroughs. Ramp up those numbers.
Let's up those numbers!
Well, enough
Didn't
playing
manage to
around.
fetch anything.
See, I don't think our spells are strong enough to hit it. No, it's not working. Onward. There is a day and night cycle in this game, and being caught after dark in this is not good in the early game, especially with low stats. You will get destroyed by what lurks out there in the forests of Mordavia. Now that's an eerie sight. Care for a swim? Just another day in Florida, right?
The heavy odor of decay overwhelms your senses and makes you feel slightly nauseated as you survey this gloomy swamp.
They must have a paper mill set up downstream or something.
The decayed remains of a human arm claw at you as if to drag you down to share its doom.
Lovely. I don't wish to join Artak anytime soon. And if you don't know who that is, you sweet innocent child, let's continue north. I do believe this is the way to the town. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Just sneak, sneak, sneak all day long. It's the best way to build everything up, but man, does this take forever. Isn't this just peaceful and nice? Oh, drat. I forgot. Evil bunny thing. Kill it! Kill it! I didn't even hit it. Look, it didn't even hurt it. Here, man, I remember how ridiculous. Ooh. I remember how ridiculous that fight was.
The cute, innocent, well, maybe not exactly, Little Bunny has been viciously slaughtered and now looks like a roadkill.
Cute. Well, what's on it?
There is absolutely nothing in the little rabbit's fanny pack. Well, maybe a pocket watch, but you don't need one of those.
Oh, he'll be late for tea. A shame. All right. Where was that town? I believe there's a map somewhere, but this used to have a map to it that you could actually follow. Unfortunately, mm, so I'm going to go ahead and turn up the speed a little bit here so we can skip along, explore a bit. Oh, what's this?
There's something strange about this bush. Maybe it's the eyes.
Oh,
Oh, forget it. It's probably just an ordinary, everyday bush
right.
with
We need those
blood-red
blood red
berries and
berries.
tentacle-like branches.
We got to get those berries for a particular ogress.
You've managed.
Oh, there it is.
You don't have any rations.
Fetch. Oh, right. Probably should
You
restock.
retrieve the berries from the loose branch and store them carefully in a pocket of your pack. Nothing happens.
Oh, another one of these things. I wouldn't mind them so much if they weren't so hard to hit. And they'll wear you out too, just with all the swinging. It's like now I have to take a nap, or else I'm gonna end up risking not being able to do any more adventuring. Luckily, they do have a rest system in this game. You can rejuvenate stamina, but it does cost you time. And certain things are queued to happen on particular days. So again, if you do like what you see here, I do recommend that you come back and no, if you do like this content, do let me know. Drop a like or leave a comment down below. If enough people are behind the first episode, we will continue the series next week.
You take an ear of the corn and put it away in your pack.
Come here. That was a terrible joke.
The huge boulder raises a solitary wooden staff high above the clearing.
Ah, I remember the story behind this, and you learn of it through the lore in the game. Arana, a mage, elven mage, of some import, did a sort of pilgrimage, and this is where her last stand was. Where she was buried is in a place called Rana's Garden. We can go explore it later in a different episode if you'd like. But for now, we're just going to check out things around town. Let's have a look.
You! How did you get here? Why are you here?
Oh, believe me, I get that a
Few
lot.
strangers come to Mordavia. I am the Burgomeister. It is my job to know everyone and everything that goes on here.
No problem, Bergie baby. What's new? What's the latest talk on the streets?
My name is Dmitri Ivanov. I am the Burgomeister of this town.
Nice. What about Mordavia?
Mordavia is a valley surrounded by mountains. There used to be a road which led from here, but heavy rains have created a swamp at the base of the mountain south of here. No wagons can get you in or out, nor can any person, except perhaps you.
Good to know. What about the town? What's the talk? Any juicy gossip?
This is the town of Mordavia. There is an inn and a shop down the street where you can spend the night or get some supplies and be on your way. The sooner you leave, the better for all. There are many dangers in Mordavia, and we certainly do not need a stranger to stir up new troubles.
Lovely. Troubles, hey?
Just leave Mordavia quickly. No good comes from outsiders, and we do not want you here.
I can see he trusts his instincts.
There are many
Blindly.
strange and dangerous creatures that live in Mordavia. Trust nothing. The gates of this town are closed at sunset. Do not let yourself get caught outside after dark, for few can survive a Mordavian night or remain sane enough to speak of it.
And you know, I do wonder if a night in Mordavia is so dangerous and dreadful, how did they ever manage before the walls got
The
put
shop
up?
does not carry much. We have been cut off from supplies for a while now. Still, you may at least restock your food rations before you continue with your travels. The Hotel Mordavia has rooms and food. It is a safe place to spend the night.
Obviously, seems like a very welcoming individual. No?
This is the town of Mordavia. There is an inn and a shop. The sooner
Alright, so now that we've had a little chat, let's try to get more acquainted with Bergie Boy over here. He seems like he's got a pretty hip thing going on. Oh, come now. I thought you said you wanted to know anything and everything about people going in and out of this place. Oh, just poking around. Oh, right. In Quest for Glory 2, you become a prince. An Arabic prince. The thief
are you
sign.
just
I do
sightseeing
believe that's
or
because I
casing
have the
my
ability to
place?
sneak. He's kind of the
So,
law
what are you up to
enforcement,
today?
anyways. What about the
Never have I
Adventurers
heard
Guild?
such wild stories before. I am supposed to believe that a prince of Shapir stands before me? You do not look like anything other than a teller of tales to me.
You think
Oh,
about
kind.
making the thief
I
sign,
do know that's one of
and
the reasons
prudently
why we had to
decide
come
that this
inside and
just
talk to
isn't
you.
the best place for it.
But just now it came to me. So,
The old Adventurers Guild is at the north end of town. It has been abandoned for many years, since we have not had many adventurers who could cross the swamp. Seeing as you are supposed to be an adventurer, here, have a key to the guild door. Perhaps you can find something of use there. To the northwest of town is Castle Borgov. It used to be owned by the Borgov boyars of Mordavia, but the last Borgov died years back, and no one came to take his place. Some strangers moved in some years back, but they have had nothing to do with the town, and we have had nothing to do with them. The
Quite
old
the
road from town used to
isolationists.
meet with the road from the castle and head south to the pass. The heavy rains not only created the swamp, but caused so much plant growth you can't see the road anymore. The swamp is a dangerous and foul place. They say that all who ever were buried beneath the earth there now reach up to drag the living to their deaths. I have seen for myself that this is true. Stay far from the swamp if you value your safety. There are other things in Mordavia to see and do, but I am not a tour guide here. Go off and see for yourself, but be careful. The gates of the town are locked at night, so be sure to return before it gets dark. It's dangerous to be out after sunset.
Good to know, Bergie boy. I believe we've had enough. Suppose we'll have to check out the Adventurers Guild at some point.
Stay out of trouble if you have any brains.
Well, we're playing a mage, but it's not in our nature to stay out of
Stay
trouble.
out of trouble and other people's business, and you and I will get along with one another. Otherwise, you will get me angry. I'm sure you don't want to make me angry, do you?
Oh boy, he's gonna turn green. He is quite the ogre of a man.
Nothing.
So let's go look for some supplies, since it's still early in the day and we don't have any rations. I do remember this one being the general store.
This general store is cheery and well lit, thanks to the warm hearth. The first things that you notice are the cats. They seem to be everywhere.
They're part of the
The shopkeeper,
decorations.
sitting on her rocking chair as she knits. She's a very, sturdy-looking woman.
So, you're the stranger in town. I've heard all about you already.
That's a feat, considering we're only 3 screens in.
Yeah, polite.
And we have
aren't
only
you?
met the Bergie boy.
Manners are as manners do, as my husband used to say. We'll see.
So let's go ahead and do a little introduction.
You can call me Olga.
Build up
Mrs.
that
Scottish is,
speech
too
craft.
formal after all. We don't welcome strangers here. They bring nothing but trouble. All the same, it's good to see a new face again.
If you say so. Let's have a look. What's on the menu? We've got the candy. We'll need that. Garlic. We'll need that. We'll need oil. If we're going to do some sneaking around the castle, it's really helpful on those door hinges. The hand broom. I believe that is for paladins. We're not doing that playthrough, but again, if this gets enough interest, I might do a playback of... I might do additional reels or something of... I may revisit other playthroughs again if this gets enough traction. Show the different endings and what have you. Same with the shopping bag. I think the shopping bag is one that you need for the thief. Now I do know we need the pie pan, we need the candy, and we need the trail rations. We'll need mountains of those.
What would you like to know about?
She seems like she knows a lot of things. So how about asking
Bella's
about
a
the innkeeper's
good
wife?
She's the one who really runs the inn. Her husband just gives orders. Someday she'll give Yuri a piece of her mind, and good for her. The things she puts up with.
Yuri.
Bella. She was a pretty
So
woman
Slavic.
not long ago.
I
Was
love
not
this
so
quaint
Bella
little
for
town.
nothing. Losing her only child really aged her. What a tragedy.
Tell me about the castle.
The castle north of town was abandoned for many years. Then, some strangers moved in 4 years ago.
You don't
No one
say.
knows what goes on there now. But it won't be for the good, I'll tell you.
Oh my. monastery. Now we have to go check out the monastery.
No question about it. They change into wolves at night, eating anyone they can get.
Oh, come now. Have you actually seen one eat someone?
Silver or magic?
Have you seen a werewolf
Careful
eat
out in
someone
the
yet?
woods at night. You hear me? The gypsy camp is not at all that far from here.
I see. Well, what about the monastery? Let's ask about that.
That is a bad place, and you'd better have nothing to do with it. It is dangerous and should have been torn down long ago.
Oh, if she only knew.
The stranger never came back after asking questions about it. So don't let your curiosity be the death of you.
Well, the meat suit does have limitations.
Yeah, my husband and myself have run this shop for many, many years. My husband passed on now, but I keep it just the way he liked it. A well-run shop is a busy shop, he always used to say. Not very busy anymore, what with the swamp. But I try to keep it going the best I can. Mostly housewares, but a few items that might interest you.
I see. Well, I already helped myself. Have a great day.
Goodbye. Or, as my dear departed Boris used
Goodbye.
to say, may the winds blow fair at your back.
Okay, so now I do know that we'd have to go check out this building here.
You greet the old man.
Good day. Have you seen my honor?
I remember Nikolai.
We
will need his hat.
I am Nikolai. Have you seen my honor?
That's a little bit of a process. We can explore
Have
later.
you seen my honor?
Perhaps we will know where she is, but we do have to look.
I am looking for honor. Have you seen honor?
So,
Okay, let's get this straight. If the windows are eyes, and there's a nose and a moustache above the door, then the door must be a mouth. Dope. A set of brightly colored pull ropes hangs down in front of the door. Or maybe they're just stray moustache hairs.
yuck. Go tugging on stray mustache hairs. Close Encounters of the Third Kind reference right there. Very cute. This is the part where we have to find a trap. We have to bait this trap
This strange device is
and
labeled
use the little creature it
Transcendental
captures
Receiving Animal Processor.
to get the key.
I wonder if that stands for something. Be careful, it might be a trap.
An acronym. Clever. Apply the proper bait, capture the creature. Simple, easy, right? So we have to answer a series of questions. All right, that must come back when you're ready. Okay. We'll come back. First, we've got to go check some things. In this door, I think, is what we're looking for.
How interesting. It sounded as though
Hello.
someone knocked on the other side of the door as well, several times.
Let's have a listen.
You hear something bouncing around behind the door. A lot of somethings.
Antwerps, if I remember. All right. Antwerps.
Oh no, you've been Antwerped.
Oh no!
Fortunately, these are just baby Antwerps, so the attack wasn't fatal.
Good to know. Just a little jarring. So I guess we'll have to catch one of these.
You straighten out your jacket and retie your boots. Appearances count.
Yes, it's alive. Is it fast? I suppose. Is it vicious? Yes. It tried to attack me. Okay, try again. Is it alive? Yes. Is it fast? Yes. Is it vicious? No. Is it silly? No, that's not it. Flying aardvark. No. Chocolate mousse. No, not one of those. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Give me. No, not a full-sized one. They're tiny little things bouncing around the room. They're avocado eaters. Well, it just so happens we got some sandwiches from the store.
Avocado from your sandwich. Avocado was never high on your list of favorite foods anyway. The trap starts working. You've caught an Antwerp. It's simply amazing.
Lovely. All right,
You've caught
time
an
for a little
Antwerp.
bit of puzzle fun here.
This is the Antwerp maze. Antwerps are naturally bouncy, so all you have to do is continually rotate the maze until the
Okay.
baby Antwerp bounces over to the key, then out through the
Seems
exit.
fair enough, simple enough. All right, let's go ahead and just kind of push through this here. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And just zip, 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 and okay. Boom. Okay. Get the key. But now we've got to find the keyhole. Now they use this as a puzzle. Swap the pieces. Okay. And boom. There we go. And there.
Great! You've managed to find Dr. Cranium's keyhole and open the door. You pass through into Dr. Cranium's private laboratory.
Quickly, Igor, the fluid.
Oh.
I must have the fluid.
Igor.
Oh, excuse me. I thought it was Igor
Clearly a
coming in to assist
Frankenstein
me.
reference if I
He
ever
helps
saw
out in
one.
the lab sometimes.
Dr. Cranium.
Now then, what can I do for you?
You say hello to the scientist.
Welcome to my laboratory. You must have more than the usual intelligence and perseverance to have made it in here.
I suppose that would be required, but it wasn't too difficult.
You
Tell a
introduce
man of
yourself to Dr.
science
Cranium
about
and
magic.
tell him a little about your adventures.
Tell a man of science about
I should be
magic
most
and watch him
interested
have a
to hear
nervous
about your travels
breakdown.
and your
This would be
scientific
hilarious.
discoveries along the way. Unfortunately, I have very little time for that right now. Perhaps we can discuss your adventures when you next return.
Introductions aside.
You explain to Dr. Cranium that magic is really a lot like science, and even deals with the same elements.
Oh, nonsense! There's no such thing as magic. There is only science. What you call magic is simply scientific phenomena that have not yet been properly investigated and catalogued.
Oh my, so even magic is science. Everything is science, science, science.
My name is Dr. Cranium. I am Mordavia's chief scientist and a
Yes,
certified...
yes, yes.
Ah,
Yes, science. Ask him about science and he won't stop.
I'm glad you asked. Science is the process of systematically increasing our knowledge of the world through observation and experiment. Unfortunately, some of the townspeople here seem to have no concept of the wonders of science. Some of them even claim my little inventions are magical. Such poppycock! There's no such thing as magic. Still, the townspeople insisted that I should be able to use my magic to cure wounds and sickness. I told them that I am a scientist, not a doctor, but they wouldn't listen.
The burden of
I
knowledge.
had little choice but to concoct some simple elixirs. They were childishly pleased. Science is really so simple once you understand it.
So healing potions, stamina potions. We'll have to do all of the prompts for
If
these.
you want to improve your stamina,
They're all
then you
located
should
in the
make sure you
manual
eat a
for the
healthy
game.
diet from all the different food groups and get plenty of aerobic exercise. That is
Luckily, it comes
science.
with the Steam version if you've downloaded it.
Oh, you must mean my patented
I'll go
healing
ahead and
drink.
skip
You
past
may have my
the...
last one. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the formula for its main ingredient. If you can help me remember it, I will be able to make some...
I'll go ahead and skip past most of the copy protections here. That way we can just get straight back into things.
Thank you. With that information, I'm sure I
You're
shall be
quite
able...
welcome.
You are...
Get a bunch of
Of course.
flasks.
You are...
Of course, of course.
Of course, of
I'm
course. One of
always
the funny
delighted.
things is when you stop on really funny
Of-
frames like this,
Of course.
it's kind of like don't pause.
Of... Igor is the gravedigger and
Oh, we haven't been
tombstone
over by the
carver.
graveyard yet.
Business has been slow lately.
Give it
perhaps
time,
because
though.
there are very few people left in town. So Igor sometimes comes in to help me with my work. There is,
We can
of
ask
course, no
about
such thing
magic.
as magic.
Of
There is
course, only science.
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 Still, you would be amazed at how gullible some people are. Just the other day, someone gave me this scroll saying it was a magical spell. Can you believe that? It is purest poppycock. Nothing on here makes any sense whatsoever. Here, you may have this as a reminder that magic is a figment of fevered imagination. Only science is real.
Obviously, Dr. Cranium needs to take a correspondence course from the famous wizard school. As you read the scroll, you find that you have learned the incantations and gestures with which to cast a glide spell. Then the
Ah,
scroll
there's our
mentions-
glide spell.
There,
Could have
you
used
see,
that
it
in
was
the
not even a
cave,
very good
but
piece of parchment.
I suppose
Right
we
apart.
had to start somewhere. Perhaps we can use it at the swamp. There's an idea.
It's too dangerous to use magic in town during
Oh,
the day.
right.
Come back
Yes,
and visit
yes.
again. Oh, and if you see Igor, please tell him I still need the fluid.
Sure thing. So I do believe we'll go ahead and stop here. But if you do like this series so far and you'd like to see more, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Leave a like if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more things, or if you like some of the ideas that I have coming up for future videos. Ah, dear. Well, you know how it goes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good nonsense. Anyhow, if you'd like to see more of this series, do please leave your feedback down below. Thank you everyone for coming, and I'll see you all again in the next one. Goodbye.